a sin, one team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to College Station, Texas, Kyle Field, over the 12th man, and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Aggies offense will have the football first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Reed. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Now the play fake. Working that left side now. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. Catches it at the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. The Gamecocks offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got game-breaking ability. Catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Touch pass on the run. Into the open. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. When this place gets loud, it starts to sway. They've renovated, reinforced, and still the rafters are shaking.
Yeah, and they still come out, and they still got the 12th man tradition. So many traditions at this school, and that's why they support and they love their team, and people want to come play here.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Williams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Makes the grab. It's Bennett. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
And the Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run play action. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Now they'll run the draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
To the air, it's Sellers. Works the middle of the field. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
And this offense has finally put a good drive together. A really good opportunity here. Got to be smart with the football. Don't get too aggressive. Got to get points. But a chance to tie this up going into the half. Considering this offense hasn't played great, that would be a big win.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. And the Gamecocks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the option. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback pulled up to and sacked at the 12.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to him.
And the field goal unit is on the field. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Back to throw, it's Reed. Got it in the middle, it's Craver. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Concepcion. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
Now on second down. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And the Aggies come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Complete to start this drive. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. It's complete. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. First down for this offense. To the air on first down. Get it out on the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got the big paws on it, but couldn't hang on. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on 3rd down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked up.
The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Grabbed in the middle, it's Concepcion. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
That's caught. It's Concepcion. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Reed. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll immediately call timeout.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Hand off from the shotgun. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive. Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield very late in the half. Throws to the tight end. Makes a connection. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the 1st half.
So it's 1st down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Right down the boulevard. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the 1st half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And the Aggies will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
The play-action fake. He wants to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
I love the defensive mentality coming out here early in the third quarter. They've got the lead. They know the offense is going to be aggressive and start taking shots. A really nice play call that time, and an even better job in the back end in the secondary being ready for it. It just feels, guys, in this game like the defense is staying one step ahead.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Fires it incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success, and they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Catch in the middle. It's Harbor. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up.
Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Now they're going to throw it. Fires one high and deep. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
A strike downfield. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And that one's going to get Rowdy howling a happy tune.
Rowdy, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Concepcion. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking down the middle. Touchdown, Aggies! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread, don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Snags a quick pass on the left, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll give it to the back. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Looking for a man. It's Sellers. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Kick is in the air. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Concepcion. He got it out to the 34-yard line. Not enough for the first down. Let's see if they punt it away. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. On his way back from the 20. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Wide open downfield. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive, and now in business near midfield at the 49. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down, we're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's Bennett. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Converts on 4th down. Still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
They're going to run it. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the running back has it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. They marched 72 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run.
17, South Carolina, 10.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. To the air, it's Reed. Finds his big tight end.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught in the backfield, it's Bussey. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
That's good for a fighting Texas Aggies.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Armstrong. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. That's caught. It's Concepcion. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive.
There he goes. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. The handoff keep working on that clock. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. To the air, it's Reed. Quick strike complete. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Looks like the offense will just take a knee.